Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we have a special new guest. Here is baby girl Valentina May. So a lot of you guys are asking about her name. If you guys don't follow me on Instagram, her name is Valentina and her middle name is May, M-A-E. And honestly, we were between two names. So when I first had Jaden, we didn't know if he was a boy or girl. And the girl name we picked out was Audrina. And as I became pregnant and Jaden was saying that inside my belly there's a baby sister, we kept asking him, does he like the name Valentina or Audrina better? And he kept saying Valentina. So Valentina means strong and healthy. And she is definitely one strong, healthy girl, already growing a lot, like height and weight and everything. She already has grown out of her newborn clothing. We're in 0 to 3 months at 4 weeks old today. So she is 1 month old and she is super, super precious. She overall sleeps pretty good. She's breastfeeding on demand as well. So that's what we're doing every day. Eating, sleeping, pooping, and peeing. And this is one of the sweetest stages. It goes by so fast. I don't even know where the whole month went by. And I honestly do love this stage. I don't know why people don't. But hey, soak in all the cuddles you can get, relax, rest, and so on. I'm also going to tell you guys about our birth story. So, February 6th, I actually sat on this couch right here, okay? And I had food with me, and I sat down to eat it, and all of a sudden, it was like the weirdest feeling, and I've never experienced anything like I did with Jaden. Like, they're two completely different births, so yeah. Never experienced it before, but it was like something dropped near my vagina and cracked like an egg. And all of a sudden, my water broke, and water was just gushing all over the couch. Like, I never thought it was going to be like this extreme, intense situation like you see on TV, but it was. I stood up because I didn't want to keep soaking my couch, and so I was just dripping all over the floor. It was a lot. And John, my husband, comes running while Jaden is sitting here. He's like, what is happening, Mom? And John comes in and he was like, oh my God. And I was like, I think my water just broke. And he's like, you couldn't pick a different day? And I was like, what do you mean? Because it was Monday and he was going back to work. He works nights. So I guess he just wanted it to happen on the weekend. I don't know. Men are hilarious. And I was like, I don't have to choose this. Like, she's going to make her appearance when she wants to. So my original due date was February 9th. And they changed my due date to February 15th because they said she was small. Like, that was that. Hold on. Breastfeeding. A moment. Okay, I hear you. There you go. So she came pretty much, if you really think about it, 3 days before her due date. And so I was going for a VBAC. My first was a C-section, and it was the worst experience in my life. It was very traumatic, and honestly, I grieved that birth. I wish I did a lot more research beforehand, and I wish I knew what I was walking into. But with my first pregnancy, I really feared labor. With this one, I prepared myself mentally and physically, did a lot of research, learned about the whole process from pregnancy to birth, how your body really works with the baby to get the baby out into this world. And I think it's amazing. I think women's bodies are amazing, and it's what we're meant to do. So my water broke. We knew that my sister wanted to be here with Jaden, and it was a Monday, and she's a teacher, so she could only stay here one day when we were at the hospital. So it was 6 o'clock when my water broke, 6 p.m. Okay, what's going on? We need a birth? She looked very uncomfortable. So it was 6 p.m. when my water broke. We called her, let her know like what's going on. And I was like, you got some time, like no rush over here. And so I was like, I'm gonna labor at home as long as I can. I called my midwives. What's wrong today? I called my midwives and let them know, and they were like, okay, well, labor at home as much as you can, which was my plan. And they're like, when you can't, talk through contractions and things like that, then, be on your way. And the hospital that I chose to give birth at this time was 40 minutes away, and John needed to put gas in the car. Great timing, right? So we knew we were going to go like a little bit earlier than what we thought because I, didn't know how fast I was going to progress. So I started getting the rest of the things ready that I needed for the hospital, which was just like little things like flip-flops for the shower, like my charger for my phone. And I wanted to make sure to make my labor aid tea, which I actually shared that on my Instagram, and I really think that was awesome because it was super hydrating, and I think it helps me have a fast labor. I'll link my Instagram over here for you guys if you guys want to check it out. It is a reel, and I do post a lot more often on there as well. Anyways, so we made all that. John took a shower and everything. We made sure like Jaden was comfortable, letting him know what's going on, and we're waiting for my sister. And so she ended up coming around like 8-ish. So honestly, time went by really fast because we left around somewhere. We got to the hospital at 8:45. And on the way we did you needed to burp, good job. And on the way we did put gas in the car, and I was listening to my meditations and everything like that, breathing through contractions. They started getting stronger and stronger. They were really close, honestly, to begin with, and they just kept getting stronger and stronger. And to myself, I was thinking, like, this is going faster than I thought it would, because I remember with Jaden, I was only 3 centimeters dilated when I got to the hospital. And I felt like, they were strong then. But anyways, they were a lot stronger this time. I was in the car, and on the way, I was like, what did I sign myself up for? Because I wanted a natural birth, no meds, no nothing, and I was telling myself in my head, like, am I going to choose to get any pain medication when we get there? Because this right now, like, is intense, and I have no idea what I signed myself up for. Like, do I really want this? And I knew I got so far already, and I knew that if I really needed it, I didn't want to, like, choose to have to prove it to anyone or myself that I can do it. Like, you know what I mean? We're not happy right now. It's okay. What do you need? Do we need to change your diaper? Yeah, you made pee-pees? Okay. Alright, diaper break is over. I'm actually going to leave her on the floor here because she seems pretty happy. So, again, we got to the hospital at 8:45, and when we got there, they put me in a wheelchair. I could not walk anymore. I couldn't, like, talk through my contractions. I let the midwives know on the way there that we were coming and to expect us. So, it was crazy. Everything went by so fast after that. Normally, like, you do paperwork and, like, do all that stuff when you get to the hospital, but they took me right into the delivery room because of, like, how they saw I was, I guess, like, reacting to my contractions. So in we went. I wish I did more practice with John on, like, things that felt good during laboring, because I didn't know what position I wanted to give birth in or what felt good. Honestly, every position I was going in, I was like, oh my god, like, this is painful, I can't move. But I don't know if I would know that either, because, like, when you're not in it, sometimes you don't know. Bless you, Valentina. So my midwife that was there, she just delivered another baby before me, so she was with me the whole time. Honestly, it was such a different experience, like, having a midwife than an OBGYN, because she was with me the whole entire time. She did relaxation techniques with me, like on my hips here, like squeezing, which was so wonderful. It really relieved a lot of pressure. And she told me like what positions I could try by myself or with John. And that was amazing. And the support, oh my God, from like the nurse there and the midwife, and like they were just like, wow, you're doing so great, like go you got this, mama. Like amazing. Like my husband at the time, we were doing a position where I was just holding onto his neck and we're kind of like dancing and swaying together, and all he could say to me was, I'm really hungry right now. And I was like, is that really all you have to say? Like, it's like the worst thing to say to somebody like going through contractions, because I was literally in my own world. I did not want to respond to anyone. I was just there. All I kept saying to myself was, the only way out is through. So I chose to have no medication, no pain meds, no nothing. I did choose to have an IV as recommended by the midwife, even though I really wanted to not have it. I honestly remember that the most out of the hospital stay in each of my deliveries. It just hurts. Like there's something in your, skin the whole time, and it's really annoying. So the fastest I could get that out, like I'm good. But it was great. I got to drink my tea. I got to do anything I really wanted. I could lightly eat as well. But the thing is, I didn't even think about doing those things. I did get thirsty, obviously, at times, and I had John hand me my tea. But that's really it, and everything just went fast from there on. When they first checked me, which I decided to do a cervical check just for myself mentally to know how far I've gone, because it was disappointing when I went with Jaden the first time. It was 3 centimeters dilated. So when I got to the hospital, I was already 6 centimeters dilated. So we had 4 more centimeters to go. And surprisingly, like where I went for my midwife appointments, like during pregnancy, the last midwife I met was actually the midwife that was staying and being my midwife for delivery, and I really, really clicked with her and liked her. So I was super excited for that, because you never knew, I never knew who I was gonna get. Even though all the midwives were amazing, like I just really clicked with her. So I was really happy to have her. She was awesome. And everything just went so fast. So at 10:28, so from 8:45 when we got to the hospital to 10:28, I was ready to push. And she was like, just trust your body, she's like, I can check you again if to see. And I was like, okay. So I was 10 centimeters. I was ready to go. I was like, yeah, I got this. Like, we made it so far already. So we're gonna do this. And from 10:28, we did like 4, I don't know, it was 4 contractions or something that I pushed through. And I was like against the bed, like leaning over in a squat position. So that was how I delivered. It felt the most comfortable for me. And I would squat down even more, like when I was pushing, to help baby girl over here get out. And at 10:36, she was born. So literally 8 minutes and she came out, and it was magical. And I cannot believe that I gave birth to her. She was 7 pounds and 19 3/4 inches. But I kept telling myself, like going into this, like I'm gonna have a labor that's less than 8 hours. I am shocked by my own self till this day that I gave birth to her in less than 5 hours. Okay, it was a little bit more than 4.5 hours from start to finish, and it's so amazing. Like, I am so proud of myself in so many ways. And I think seeing that, like for my husband, I think he was even just so fascinated by the whole experience. And he was so thankful to all the nurses and midwives, because everyone was so amazing. We did not have like anyone that was not pleasant to be around. He just kept thanking them, saying like, thank you so much for this. Like, this experience was awesome, and I would do it all over again. We do want to have another one in the future. So that will definitely be my place to go. So yeah, it was a magical experience. I'm happy I had the vbac that I imagined. again, I think without preparing myself mentally and physically, it probably would not have been possible. You just kind of just gotta let it all go and trust your body, understand what's happening as well. I did get a 1st-degree tear. It wasn't bad at all. Pushing out the placenta was not bad at all either. It was like a piece of cake after delivering the baby. But it's crazy. I felt everything. Like, I know people say, like, there's the ring of fire and everything. And I felt when the head was coming out, and, like, after the head came out, like, the rest of the body was easy to me. I think the worst part was actually leading up to the pushing part, where, like, you feel, like, the intense urge to push. And it got harder for me when, like, I tensed up my body. So anytime my body tensed up is when I felt the most pain. So reminding myself to, like, breathe through the contractions and, like, relax my body was super important. That's definitely something to remember. And I don't know what else to tell you guys. It was just an awesome birth. I don't fear labor at all anymore. And I definitely feel like after grieving Jaden's, like, this has made such a difference for me. And I don't feel that way anymore towards his. You know, like, it just healed me, to put it that way. It was very healing, the most healing experience that I've ever had in my life. And we're happy to have Valentina with us. She's perfect, super sweet, and honestly, a little angel. There you go. There was your burp. See, I knew that's what you wanted. She burps a lot and really loud. But she has some good cues. And it's really cute how we're matching today. We did not plan this, but, you know, I do like matching outfits. So I hope you guys enjoyed my birth story. I hope you find some inspiration to have a natural, non-medicated birth, to trust your body, to learn more about being, you know, pregnant, carrying life, creating life, and bringing it to this world. It is such a magical thing, and it should feel magical, something that you want to remember for the rest of your life, and not something that you want to run away from. So again, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did like it, please give it a big thumbs up. And as always, you guys can subscribe to my channel. It is completely free. I'll be more than happy to have you be a part of this channel and watch me, you know, share all the things that I think are important, as well as watch me grow as a person as well, because I feel like I'm always changing and there's always different seasons of life. And right now we're in a slightly chaotic season with, you know, having a newborn and a toddler and adjusting to a new routine and schedule, but we're slowly getting there. And honestly, I give so much credit to moms who do YouTube full time, because I only do it part time for myself. I get paid pennies from here. So I give a lot of credit because it's a lot of work, you know, especially when you have a newborn. Like, people doing these things, like, right from when they get home, I don't get it. But we're gonna go now because we're getting a little tired. So we'll see you guys in the next video. Take care. Bye. You wanna say bye? Say bye.